If you're in the solar business, let's be honest, your biggest challenge isn't just installing panels. It's getting found by the customers who are already out there, right now, looking for you. So today, we're going to break down exactly how you can win that search and turn those clicks into actual paying customers.
So let's start with a really simple question. Where are your next customers? Well, the answer is pretty simple too. They're online. They're on their phones, they're on their computers, and they're actively searching for the exact solution that you provide.
You know, this right here is what makes online search so incredibly powerful. We're not talking about people who are just kind of window shopping. No way. When someone types solar panel installation near me into Google, they have a problem they want to solve and they're ready to spend money to do it. They're looking for help right now, and that is a massive opportunity you just can't afford to miss.
Okay, so how do you capture this opportunity? You can't just throw one thing at the wall and hope it sticks. You need a complete system. So let's walk through the 3 essential pillars that have to work together to attract, convince, and convert these really valuable customers.
Let's kick things off with pillar number 1, instant visibility. This is all about getting in front of customers the very moment they start looking. And what's the fastest way to do that? You guessed it, paid ads.
And the main tool for this is, of course, Google Ads. The best way to think about it is like a fast pass at an amusement park. It lets you jump right to the front of the line. While other strategies, they take time to build up steam, paid ads can put your business at the very top of the search results, instantly.
Now you're probably thinking, this sounds expensive, but you really don't need a massive budget to get started. A really smart starting point is just $30 to $50 a day. Seriously, that's enough to start testing your local market, see what's working, and start bringing in those all-important first leads.
This slide shows where the real magic is. See, generic keywords like just solar panels are super expensive, and they attract a really broad audience. The secret sauce is in these specific location-based keywords. Someone searching for solar rebates NSW isn't just browsing, they're a serious buyer, and they are ready to go.
You know, in the past, managing these campaigns was a total headache, a manual, time-sucking process. But today, it's all about automation. Instead of guessing how much to bid for a click, you can use Google's Smart Bidding AI. It automatically puts your money on the clicks that are most likely to turn into customers, saving you a ton of time and money.
Okay, so paid ads are fantastic for getting results right away. But what about the long game? Well, that brings us to pillar number 2, lasting authority. And this is all built on the foundation of local search engine optimization, or SEO.
While ads give you that instant boost, local SEO is your engine for sustainable, and get this, free traffic. This is what gets you featured in that Google Maps box at the top of the page, and in the regular results below the ads. It's how you build real, long-term credibility and trust with your customers.
And the absolute cornerstone of local SEO is your Google Business Profile. Getting this right is so simple, but so powerful. First, make sure your listing is verified and every single detail is accurate. Then add photos of your actual work and sprinkle in some of those keywords. And here's the big one. Ask every single happy customer for a review. And then make sure you respond to all of them. This simple step builds a huge amount of trust.
And just like with ads, being specific is everything. For SEO, you can even target more detailed questions. I mean, think about what a customer who's done their homework might ask. Something like, how much does solar cost for a house in Sydney? When you create content that answers these really specific questions, you're attracting customers who are way closer to making a decision.
Now, I have to be real with you here. SEO is an investment. It's not an overnight fix. You'll probably start to see some movement in your local rankings around the 3-month mark. But by 6 months, as your authority really starts to grow, you should be seeing a nice, steady stream of consistent, free traffic.
So we've got 2 powerful ways to drive traffic to you. But all that traffic is basically worthless if it just leads to a dead end. And that brings us to our third, and I'd argue most important pillar, the conversion engine. And that engine is your website. I want you to think of your website as the foundation of your entire online strategy. If that foundation is cracked, if your site is slow, confusing, or just doesn't feel trustworthy, then all the money you're spending on ads and all the effort you're putting into SEO is just gone. It's totally wasted. It's the final critical step in the whole process.
And you have very, very little time to make an impression. How little? 3 seconds. That's it. If your website takes longer than 3 seconds to load, a huge chunk of your hard-earned visitors will just give up and leave.
Speed is not a luxury. It is absolutely essential.
So what does a website that actually converts visitors into leads need? Well, it really just comes down to a few key things. It's got to be fast, and it has to look good on a phone. It needs a crystal clear call to action, like a big get a free quote button. It has to build trust with things like your certifications and customer reviews. And finally, it needs localized content. Show people you work in their area.
We've covered the 3 pillars. Now let's put it all together and see how they create this powerful, cohesive system for growth. Because these aren't separate strategies you pick and choose from, they're all parts of a single engine. A truly effective strategy is all about balance. You're going to use paid ads for those immediate leads and to get market data right away. At the same time, you're building long-term, free traffic and authority with local SEO. And your website? Well, that's the central hub that turns all that traffic into paying customers. They're all essential parts of one powerful machine.
This slide right here really sums up the core takeaway. You use paid ads for the short-term win, generating leads from day one. And at the exact same time, you invest in local SEO for a lasting, cost-effective advantage. Both of these powerful traffic sources funnel right into your high-performing website, making sure you maximize the potential of every single click you get.
So, that leaves one final question for you to think about. When that next customer in your area searches for solar, is your online strategy built to win them over? Are all 3 of your pillars strong enough to not just find them, but to actually turn them into your next happy customer?